runs a sales campaign. Okay, so first simply click this, and I'm going to show you completely for scratch. If you use that strategy, that structure, you will definitely generate sales. So simply click sales and simply click continue, and simply click on manual sales campaign and click continue. So now first is campaign name. I added JP, means joint pain basically, and then simply click next. So once you click next, now you guys can see your ad set name. So if you're running multiple ad set names, so you can name properly, for example LLA 1%, and like you can add a date or anything else, like one ad or maybe like 2 ads and 2 ad copies. It's up to you, like what kind of structure you use, but I suggest at least go with like 2 to 3 ads and with different ad copies in one ad set. Okay, like this you can name, up to you which structure and what kind of things you're using. And I'm going to tell you one more very important thing. By the way, that's my completely new ad account, so it's already set up, so that's why sometimes they will give you that kind of glitches, but it already set up. And by the way, it's my completely new ad account, that's why they give us this kind of messages. All you need to do is simply select. You can see there is a lot of events, so all you need to do all the time, because we need sales, so simply click purchase. Simple as that. Okay, so simply scroll down, is about the budget. So okay, budget is very important. Okay, so if you're promoting supplements, or if you have $15 budget, then go with like 3 days $15. Okay, it totally depends on your budget. You can spend a little bit more. Oh, okay, I'm gonna tell you one more very important thing. If you're spending like $15 a day and 3 days, if you generated any initiated checkout, then I suggest spend like $15 more, like basically spend $60 or $75 on that ad set. If you did not generated any sale and did not generated any checkout in $45, then simply pause that ad set. Okay, so the basic thing I am just trying to tell you is spend maximum $50 on your ad set. If you did not generate any sale, then kill that ad set. Specifically, I'm talking about the supplements. If you're promoting any other supplement, that the pricing will be changed. Okay, and if you generated any checkout in $50, then I highly suggest spend this money a little bit more until you spend $75. Okay, hope you guys understand. And all the time schedule a day from completely new day. Okay, do not go with like the same day. Okay, schedule completely new day. Scroll down. So now you guys can see we have demographics and locations. So I suggest go with like United States or UK, one country at a time, because you're not spending $1,000. So I suggest go with like one country at a time. And I highly suggest select lookalike audiences. Okay, so in this ad account right now, I'm not using lookalike audience because it's completely new account and I am testing without lookalike audience. But I highly recommend, you guys are completely beginner, most of you, I'm not saying everyone, but that's why I highly recommend use lookalike audience. In my previous videos I show you a lot of time like I use lookalike audience, but for this is my completely new ad account, I'm not using lookalike audience. What I'm trying to do, I am just go broad as much as possible. Okay, again, I am not suggesting go broad. The reason is if you did not generated any sales in your ad account, for example, you can see if you generated 50 sales in your ad account, then you can literally grow as broad as possible. But if you did not generated any sale in your ad account, then I highly recommend go with like lookalike audience. Hope you guys understand. Okay, so I am right now go with like broad audiences, because once you generated 50 sales, then I highly suggest go with like broad. But without 50 sales, I highly recommend go with like lookalike audiences. Okay, so simply click on age, because it's a joint pain related thing, so normally go with like 40 is a good number, 35 to 40 and 65 plus, and we go with like male and female both, because male and female both have joint problems. Scroll down, and because if once you generated 50 sales, then I highly suggest create 2 different ad set. With one is go with like automatic placements, and second is go with like specific placements like Facebook and Instagram only. But right now, because once you generate 50 sales, then I highly recommend go with like as broad as possible. Okay, so right now I'm going to broad. That's the conversions it says. So again, it's not 100% accurate, but looks good. Now simply click next. Okay, now simply scroll down, and in here what I'm gonna do is you need to upload your content. Okay, so if you're using video or image, nowadays both works. Sometimes what happens is for weight loss, videos works really well and images does not work. and for any other supplement, images works really well and does not work, videos does not work really well. Okay, so this kind of thing happens. So you need to test, like for this specific product, videos works really well or images. For this joint related, or you call it a product, images works quite a bit good, to be honest. But videos are works really well, and images also works really well. So but right now I'm using images because honestly I don't have video available, to be very honest. Okay, I'm gonna upload few images. Right now you guys can see I uploaded my image. It's a very weird image, to be honest, and this images works really well. And you can see that's my ad copy, and ad copy is definitely one of the most important thing. Scroll down and you can see my headlines. These are the two headlines I used. You can see you can use multiple headlines, but I used two headlines to see which one works really well. And last is my landing page. Okay, so that is done. By the way, that's not my main, you call it, page. I'm gonna change the page, but that is it. Okay, so we also test like in one ad set we test like two different video ads, two different images ads, and different ad copies and different headlines, and it works really well. We can easily recognize which ad is definitely convert, then we focus on that. But that is a little different strategy. It's a little advanced strategy, but I'm not going to talk about for that strategy right now. This is a strategy you can use. It's quite a bit simple. It's very simple, but it works. And to be honest, strategy is secondary thing. First thing is, if your offer converts, then any kind of strategy, to be very honest, converts. If your offer converts and if you know how to get sales, to be very honest, if your offer converts and you know the basic how to get sales, it's very easy to scale. Okay, so right now you understand I use one ad copy, two headlines, one image, or you can use one video. It's up to you. You need to test which works, but this image works. Then all you need to do, click publish, and I'm going to show you what's our next important step. Okay, so once you publish your ad is going to schedule, right? So it's a $15 a day. You can set with like $20, $21, $22, $25. It's totally up to you. But the main thing is you need to spend maximum $50 on each ad set. If you generated any sale on $50, then let this ad set run. If you did not, then simply delete that ad set. So you can see I created multiple ad sets, and you know what will happen, one or two ad sets will generate you sales. Then keep running these ad sets and remove all these ad sets. Okay, so that's the simple game. And if you have lookalike audience, I recommend use lookalike audiences. And second thing, if you don't have lookalike audiences, I suggest gets lookalike audience. So to be very honest, in the beginning, if you're starting, I recommend go with like lookalike audience. But once you hit like 50 to 100 sales, then you can go with like broad as much as possible. Like right now I go broad, because once you hit 50 sales, your pixel knows who's your ideal customer. Pixel have the data points to understand who's your customer. Okay, so that's it. If you guys have any question, any query, you can ask me. And last thing is, again, this video is sponsored by that agency. If you guys are facing account ban issues, I will give you the link in the description for that agency. You can contact that and get the agency ad accounts. And last thing, if you're interested to join our one-on-one or join our